Ashe, Aunt Hotep. This is the Truth May Hurt. My name is Raymond Witcher, and I will be your host. I want to introduce you. I'm doing a short video today and I want to introduce you and invite you to join us on our new weekly Pan African meeting. Okay, my sister Tracy Kadeta, my brother Francis Marcellus Bemba. We've decided to start a weekly Pan-African meeting. First, let me introduce you to Tracy. Okay, this is my adopted sister from Kenya, and a blessing because she's so bright, she's so involved. And when I say involved, just read here what she's involved in. All right, um, she's the mother of. She has 4 of her own children, and she adopted 14 children. Okay, and she's a mother to 14 children. She sacrifices as every or most mothers sacrifice for their children. Okay, so I have 18 nieces and nephews in Kenya. Okay, and I will work with Tracy, I will work with Francis, I will work with all people that are centered around ending our nightmare. Okay, so this is Tracy Kadeta. All right, she travels all over Kenya, and involved in liberating people. I admire her. I wish I was closer to Kenya where I could spend more time and work directly with her, but I'm not, and I have health issues that really limit the things that I really can do. Matter of fact, for the last 2 days, I've really been down. It hasn't been as bad as it can be, but it's been bad enough that it limited me and the things that I could do. I feel better this evening, and I wanted to make this video a week or so ago because we're going into our 3rd week now. Okay, but I've just been too busy, and I'm not young. I'm dealing with health issues. So I decided, I need to get this made today. So I want to introduce you to Tracy. Please join her on Facebook. Please join her on YouTube. She's on Instagram. Join her on her platforms and just look at the work she's doing. Okay? All those that are looking for something to contribute to, that you're basically guaranteed that whatever you donate will be used wisely and effectively. Donate to Tracy. All right, she's making a huge difference, and I love her for it. I admire her for it, and I want to join in with her. So together, we decided to start a Pan-African weekly meeting through, I think it's Google Meet. We're having a few issues with being able to communicate. Sometimes when people come on, we can't hear them, and we'll have to work through that. So we are having some challenges with the technology and having it, but we're going to work through that. Okay, so the idea of this channel is we want to involve globally all blacks, because regardless of where you are in this world, we are all from Africa. So when we're talking about Pan-Africa, what is Pan-Africa? Pan-Africa? Pan-Africa is it is the involvement of all people born in Africa or descendants from Africans. So Pan-Africa is inclusive of all people of the black who are identified as being in the black race. Okay, so why is this important, and why did we start this channel, this meeting, to include all black people? And we're not limiting it to black people. Okay, we want our Latino brothers and sisters, we want our Asian brothers and sisters, we want all people of color, and those that are white that understand our plight and the things that have been put in place to hold us down, keep us mentally bound in slavery. We want you too. Okay? So we're not closing the door on anybody, because it's going to take a collective group to win this fight. And it is a fight. And anyone that wants to think, oh, it's not a fight anymore, please wake up. Look at what's going on in the White House. Donald Trump just announced today that he's opening up immigration to South African whites because the Africans are taking the land of the white man, and they're taking their farms and they're killing them. Well, that's exactly what you did to us. You didn't show nobody. Well, you don't expect for Americans and Europeans to show up and stop things that they did or that they are still doing. Okay? So if you don't know your history, that negative history is going to repeat itself. So this is the reason that we started this channel. So I wanted to introduce you to Tracy. I want you to understand who she is. And please, she's an amazing artist. Please go on YouTube and just search for Tracy Cadeta Music and listen to her lyrics. Matter of fact, let me pull up just one or two songs and let you listen to a little bit of her music. Hold on. Okay, I wanted to pull up Tracy's YouTube page just to show you some of the things. Well, this is not some of the things. This is the center of Tracy's life. Okay, her children, and she doesn't separate her 4 children from her 14 adopted children. And not only that, but she doesn't separate any youth away from her love, her kindness, and caring. And she puts a lot of effort. I've never really met anyone that is involved as involved in Tracy. So as you can look down through, I'm not going to play all of this, but this is what Tracy is about. Okay. And when I was introduced to Tracy through Michael Morgan, okay, one of my Facebook friends, and he knows what I'm about. He knows that I'm fighting a fight. He knows that the fight that I'm fighting now is for Africa. And the reason that I'm saying this is because all of my life, blacks in America, we've been fighting the struggles that we've experienced here in America. And we've been alienated from the terror, the horror, and the horrific things that have been done and still are being done to our brothers and sisters in Africa. We're talking about the richest continent on earth that has been reduced down to a mentality and has been socially engineered that most people are impoverished. Okay? All of the riches that France, Great Britain, Germany, Portuguese, Spain, all of the colonizers got all of their wealth from Africa, out of the soil and off of the people's backs. So I want you to just go to her channel and look at what she's doing, okay? Look at how she stays involved, okay? And if you want to be a part of something that you know is going to make a difference, that you know whatever you donate and contribute is not going to go in her bank for her benefit. It's going to the people, okay? So this is why I'm involved with Tracy, okay? But she's won awards. Tracy is recognized throughout Kenya. She's won awards for her work. And here's one of her awards. Let you listen to this. A little short cutie, okay? But she loves her people. And she's recognized throughout Kenya, Rhodesia, Rwanda, Uganda, because she works in all of these places. This is for the album of the year.
You have only 30 seconds to say a word.
What can I say? But I just want to say thank you, Lord. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for my manager, Steph Wilhelm. Thank you for everybody that has voted me. Thank you for my dancing crew. And this is how I spread my message. Go singing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Congratulations, Tracy. So our third segment will be the best video of the year. So here we celebrate those people who put the work into the video. So Tony, who's going to be awarding?
Allow me to introduce Mr. Eric from 1860 Award Committee. Mr. Eric will be awarding this amazing category. He is one of the committee members of this.
Okay, so I want you to know Tracy. I want you to get to know Tracy. Please join her YouTube channel and support her. If in no other way, then mind her music. But here's one of her songs. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Chainsaw Jetta, a professional chainsaw carver and a chainsaw enthusiast, and I've been using Aspen Fuel for the past 4 years.
Juaji Music.
My nieces and nephews.
1, 2, 3, 4, Ubuntu. Ubuntu. Tumekuja leo kubariki nyinyi. Sisi ni wa Kenya. Sisi ni wa Kenya. Tumekuja leo kubariki nyinyi. Sisi ni wa Kenya. Sisi ni wa Kenya. Wakenya wanapenda
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Afrika moja, nchi moja, Kenya moja, visa moja, passport moja, sisi wote ni wa Afrika. Makosa, bibi ya mtu makosa, bwana ya mtu makosa, visa za mtu makosa, wewe, mtoto wa mtu makosa, bibi ya mtu makosa, bwana ya mtu makosa, visa za mtu makosa, wewe.
Okay, I'm gonna show you one more of just to introduce you to her style. And believe me, my wife loves Tracy. When I put on anything in this house with Tracy's music, my house comes alive. Okay, so hold on one second. I'm gonna find one more for you. Okay, her lyrics have such a powerful message that I just want you to understand that her artistry is about change. Her artistry is about waking people up and bringing people together. That this isn't our individual fight. This is our collective fight. Check her out.
Love, this your love, this your love, this your love, but it has
Check out
to
her
change.
lyrics.
Health, this your health, this your health, but it has to change. Mental slavery, mental health, but it has to change. Africa, this your world, but you have to change. Today, love is based on wealth, material things. Our girls grow up thinking a man with money is better than a man who's struggling to climb the ladder. If a woman has more money than the man, she wants to control everything. She can't be submissive. Where is love? What is love?
Yeah.
Baby, don't have me. Don't have me. Rich countries want to oppress other countries. Where is humanity? Today, ladies say they better cry in a Mercedes Benz than cry on a motorbike. They say, show me your wallet, and I will decide if you want some or not. Where is love? Baby, don't hurt me. no more. This is love.
This is love.
Has to change.
It has to change.
Has to change.
Yeah.
This is love, but it has to change. It has to change. Health. Why is Africa struggling too much? And we are blessed with natural pure medicine. We got our own herbs. Every village, city, forest has its own herbs that cure everyone and every type of diseases. Let us teach our children about African herbs. Don't be rushing to hospital. Every little thing, rushing to hospital. Headache, medicine. Stomachache, medicine. Depression, medicine. Depression is only cured by nature. Take a nature walk and be positive. Don't accept every vaccine that they impose on us Africans. They create more diseases than cure. Prevention is better than cure. HIV, polio, STDs, autism is the result of this vaccine. We got Moringa. It heals all the diseases. Aloe vera, guava leaves, guava stems, lantana camara, ginger, lemon, rosemary, blackjack, marubaine, name them. So many of them. Find out and start using them. Let's support the herbalists. Start it in our homes, in our schools, in our villages. This is life, but it has to change. It has to change. This is life, but it has to change. It has to change. Mental slavery. Why is it so hard for Africans to visit Europe, America, and Asia? And yet, them, they have no condition. It's so easy for them to access to Africa. That should stop. In fact, visas, passports should be abolished. People should be able to trade and love each other. Why is it that the education system does not give us the skills or give us a mindset of creativity? We're still using colonial system. We should stop this and find our own educational system that teaches our children about the greatest empire, rulers, slavery, and why we are still slaves, our architectures, religion, who killed our greatest leader, and why are they still doing so? Tell our children the truth so that they don't do the same mistakes our ancestors did. Why are our own people killing their own people? Why are we called third world and yet we are the richest? Why do they say we are a black continent? Why do they associate black with evil? And yet Africa is the richest continent. Without Africa, people will suffer. Black is beautiful. Let's unite, let's have one currency. Stop being used to kill your own. If they come to you, expose them. Man is good, but it's the root of all evil. This is life, but it has to change. It has to change. This is life, but it has to change. It has to change. Africa, you are the richest. You are beautiful, melanin, the chosen priesthood, and you are blessed. Stop tribal wars. Congo, stop it. Sudan, stop it. Somalia, stop it. You are beautiful. Religion. Why is it too much drama in Africa? Who do you worship? Who is your God? Do you understand the Holy Book? Hope so. Read your Bible, Quran, and see if what you're being taught goes with what you're being taught. Have a relationship with your Maker. Don't be used to divide or hate Africans. Who is your mighty Maker? This is life, but it has to change. It has to change. This is life.
Okay, so you can see, or now that I've introduced you to Tracy and I've introduced you to her music is powerful. It's reaching a lot of people, especially in East Africa. Okay, so I want you to see who I'm asking you to be involved with, which is me, Tracy, Francis. We had like maybe 4 people join us last week. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I can't remember everybody's name. I should have written them down before I did this video. But I need you to add your name to this list. I need you to contact either me through Facebook Messenger, Tracy Cadeta, or Francis Bamba, B-A-M-B-A. And if you contact us, we will add your name to our messenger group that we send out information throughout the week. And we remind everybody when the start time is for our weekly meetings, which are Tuesdays and Saturdays. Now, for Americans, it probably will be a little difficult for you to join, especially if you are working, because the start time for our meetings is 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Kenyan time, and 3 p.m. in Ghana. This is a worldwide invitation to join us, okay? So the people in America that are working, it may be difficult for you to join us on Tuesdays, but please join us on Saturdays. We had a great meeting last week, and everybody has value and important things to bring to the meeting, depending on your background, depending on your exposure, depending on which country you have born or grown up in. If you are melanated, Black, African, you have experienced racism, you have experienced slavery, you have experienced colonialism. So how do we stop it? What I offered, and I'm going to offer this, and then I'm going to close this video out because I don't want it to be long. This is an introduction. This is a brainstorming meeting. This is a powerhouse meeting. And we welcome everybody to bring your ideas, your thoughts, your contributions. I don't want your contributions. I want you to help Tracy. I want you to help Francis. I want you to help Africa. Okay? So I'm not asking you for anything other than to help Tracy, help Francis, help Africa. So in the last week's meeting, I mentioned that the quickest way for Black people worldwide to become free, to become independent, is to free Africa. Now, why am I saying that? Because Africa is a continent of 54 countries. The Caribbean has 14 nations. That's 68 Black nations that we've been trying to fight individual fights. The Haitians have been fighting their individual fight. The Jamaicans have been fighting their individual fights. The African Americans here in the United States, we have been struggling and fighting our individual fight. Stop it. The reason I say that is because none of us have won. We've been getting crumbs, but now Donald Trump wants to take those crumbs. Okay. So what I mentioned in last week's meeting is I encourage all African nations on the continent of Africa to shut it down. Meaning, don't sell Europeans any more things. Don't sell them any more gold. Don't sell them any more diamonds. All of the uranium that they have to build their nuclear weapons came from Africa, that they will be glad to use against Africa. Africa doesn't have one nuclear weapon. The Caribbeans don't have one nuclear weapon. We don't have one weapon of mass destruction. Okay? Not one African nation has colonized any nation. Not one African nation has invaded a nation and stole it. So our ancestors left us a clean history. We haven't abused anybody. So the African nations have and have always had what the United Nations have been seeking for 100 years, which is peace. We have peace. What we don't have is freedom. What we don't have are human rights that have been taken away from us by the Europeans, the colonizers, and the United States of America. Okay? I'm not going to bite my tongue. Okay? You have to choose your fights. And when you choose a fight, you know that you're in a battle and you know that it may cost you your life. But none of us are going to make it out of here alive. Okay? So I am encouraging all of the African nations to say, you know what? Now that we've thrown out France, now that we've thrown out Germany, now we've thrown out all of the European neo-colony states, now that Burkina Faso has told France to get out, the next message you should tell them is, we're not selling you any more gold. We don't want to do any more business with you. You can't get any more diamonds from South Africa. You can't get any more cobalt from the Congo. You can't get any more of our raw national materials until you've made peace with us. We're not going to ask you for it no more. We're going to give you 3 years to come back with a plan that either you're going to return everything you stole, or we'll never do business with you again. Make partnerships and make deals with your allies, Africa. Who's showing up for you? Yeah, the United States hates Russia, but Putin is showing up. China is showing up. Brazil, South America is showing up. India is showing up. Make a deal with these countries that we're only going to do business with you with all of our natural resources. And if the Europeans want it, they have to come and buy it from you, not wholesale, but retail. That'll shut them up. And if they don't want to make a deal, when I say make a deal with Africans all over the world, I'm not just talking about the 54 countries in Africa. I'm talking about make a blanket requirement that you're going to go back to everywhere you colonized, and you're going to pay reparations to all of the black people on earth that are the descendants of those that you made slaves, those that you colonized, those that you beat, those that you raped, those that you murdered, and did all of the horrific things that you have been so cleverly able to keep out of history books to be taught. We're going to put a stop to this mess. And until you do, you get nothing. Yeah, you want to come to Africa and you want to go on your safaris and you want to go on your hunting expeditions. Well, we're going to put a tariff on you, 500%. You're welcome to come to Africa, but until your nation does right by every African on earth, until the United States says, okay, enough is enough. We're gonna pay reparations to all of the blacks that are the descendants from all of those that we enslaved, until the European countries that went to Jamaica and did what they did to Jamaica, until France goes back to Haiti and says, listen, here's all of the stuff we stole from you. Bring it back. Bring back all of the gold you stole. Bring back the heads of our ancestors that you have in jars in formaldehyde that you cut off. You cut off our ancestors' heads, and you have them in museums in Africa in formaldehyde. Bring them back. They don't belong to you. They don't belong to you. They belong to us. Give them back. Give us back all of the gold reserves. Now, if you don't want to do that, keep it. And when it runs out, you're out. You get no more from the continent of Africa. I'm very serious about this. I don't have a problem saying it. Africa, you have control. Take it. You have everything that they love. You have everything that they desire. They won't be able to build any cell phones without the cobalt. They won't be able to build nuclear weapons without the uranium. Okay? Cut it off. You're no longer under their control. You don't have any deals with them now that neocolonialism has ended. You don't have any deals with them that you have to give them anything. You can tell them, we are not selling you jack. And if you want it, you're going to have to go back and make reparations to all those that you have harmed. You're going to have to return everything that you stole. And if you don't want to do that, keep it. And when it runs out, you're just out. Unless you go to India, unless you go to Russia, unless you go to South America, Brazil, unless you go to China, North Korea. North Korea is the one that's showing up over there to help Africa. Yeah. Make your deals with those that are supporting you becoming independent. And a part of the deal that you make with these allies, Russia, China, North Korea, Brazil, India, is that we're going to give it to you wholesale or even at a reduced price from wholesale. But your obligation is to come in to Africa and help us build our own refineries so that we can refine our own gold, that we can process our own gold, that we can process our own diamonds. You're going to come in and help us build plants that we can process our own coffee. It's a damn shame that Africa has the best coffee on earth and they can't process it. It's processed in Europe. Stop it. That's where your power is. Your power is telling them, we don't want to do business with you. We're not going to do business with you until you wake up and do the right thing, not just by the 54 countries in Africa, but all 68 of the black nations on this earth. Make sense? Yeah, it's bold. No, it's not bold. It's nothing bold about it. It is the way business is done. Listen, Africa is not all up on all of this high technology and all of the things that the Europeans and the Americans like. They've done without it ever since the Europeans have been there. So, build your nation. Build all 54. All right? There's no reason in the world that Africans, when they get on a cell phone, it has to be routed through Great Britain. Through their satellites. They're making money. You're not. You need your own space program for the entire continent of Africa. Okay, I've been online and I've looked for space programs in Africa because I wanted to see, maybe I can help. I haven't been able to find one space program in Africa. The East Coast, the West Coast, the North, and the South coastal countries and nations in Africa, you need space programs. You need your own defense programs. You need your own telecommunications satellite programs. You can start with cube satellites, okay? But you got to start. We have to break away and establish our own independence. You can't have independence going through their systems. Every call that's routed through Great Britain on your cell phone, they're listening to you. Everything that you're doing of high technology that you have to go through their systems, they know what you're doing. Take them out of the loop. Build your own. Listen, we're the smartest people on this earth. If we weren't, they wouldn't have limited it and took complete control of our education. We're the ones that taught them. Okay, if you know your history. So, I'm not trying to insult anyone, but you're not going to pray your way out of something that you prayed your way into. What do I mean when I say that? The missionaries were sent into Africa by King Leopold, and he told them, don't teach the Africans anything about God because they already know God. If you don't believe me, look up King Leopold's letter to the missionaries going into the Congo and going into South Africa. He told them, don't teach them anything about God because they already know God. Introduce them to our God and teach them that God made them to be slaves, made white people to be their master. Teach them that God ordained white people in the church to rule over them. Teach them that God made black people to live in poverty and get their reward in heaven. Isn't that what the preacher's preaching in the pulpit? Don't worry about it. You're going to get your reward in heaven. Bullshit. Isn't it ironic that the same people that gave you the Bible, that taught you how to kneel down and pray, everything that you had while you were on your knees praying, So don't think you're going to pray your way out of something that you literally prayed, that we literally prayed ourselves into. Get away from that God. He's not our God. Don't you think if that God was real, that everything and their philosophy of religion was real, that they would be worried to death about going to hell for what they did to us? They're not. They're setting up a redo, a part 2, a part 3. Okay? So we want to break away from that. We have to start teaching our children when they come home from these colonial education systems. We have to start teaching our children African history, culture, and spirituality. We have to teach them. The Europeans said that we have to break the natural nature of the nigger and the Africans. We have to break the natural nature because nature teaches them everything, like it teaches all of the rest of God's creations everything. Because if we don't, in their natural state, God will teach them to reject us, the white people. Okay, we have to take them out of a independent state of mind and put them in a dependent state of mind that they need us more than anything. Okay, and that's what has kept this thing running. And if you want to stop it, you have to break away from it. You have to tell them, here's your Jesus, here's your God, and here's your Bible. Get out. Stay out and don't come back until you have made reparations to every black person on earth. Either you want to pay the bill or you don't. But if you want to do business on the continent of Africa, you will, or we will shut you down. Period. Have a nice day. Put a time frame on it. Give them 2 years, 3 years. Tell them if you don't come back with a proposal that is satisfactory to the Africans, to the Americans, to the Haitians, to the Jamaicans, to those in South America, you got to make it right with everybody in order for us to say it's acceptable. Okay? So take control. You have control. You know, if you don't, if you stop them from getting all of this free stuff that they've had, in 50 years, they'll be broke. They will be broke. Africa has the youngest population on earth. The average age of a Nigerian is 18 years old. So if we start training, now I just did the study on Nigeria, but if you go around Africa, Ghana, Kenya, it's probably the same numbers. The average age of the continent of Africa is probably in his 25 years old as a continent. So if we start training these young minds now to our African culture, our African spirituality, get out of Christianity, get out of Islam, get out of all of these religions that the oppressors, the enslavers brought in and forced on us. Get out of it, okay? The first name and reference for God in Egypt. Egypt was the first written language, hieroglyphics. When you look up what was the first reference to God. Look up lowercase n, capital T, lowercase r, and ask, is that the first reference used for God? It says yes. When vowels came out, NTR became nature, Nature. So the first name for God was nature. Okay? And human beings are the only creation that God made that has no contact with nature anymore. Because if we did, we wouldn't be doing the things that we're doing. We wouldn't be believing what we believe. I had a friend ask me, he told me, he said, Ray, you know what your problem is? I said, what? He said, your problem is you don't want to believe anymore. I said, no, Cliff. My problem is I know that my Creator never made me to be a believer all my life. He said, Ray, who convinced you that your Creator wants you to know? And I was like, oh my God. That's how bad this is. That people, black people, people of color, when I say black, I'm talking about people of color. I'm talking about the Asians, the Japanese, the Koreans. I'm talking about all people of color. Who convinced us that all our God wants us to do is believe? Because that's what the Christian church taught. All you need to do is believe. Bullshit. You need to know like every other animal knows. You need to know so that you don't need to believe, because anytime you have a belief, it means you have doubt. So I don't understand why Christians are so proud to say, I believe. That means you have doubt, because if you didn't have doubt, you would know. You've been tricked. You've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled. You've been run amok, just like Malcolm said. Okay? My time here on earth is short. I'm 68 years old. I'll be 69 in September. Okay? Nobody's going to make it out of here alive. Choose your fight, and the fight that you choose, now listen, if you're in a fight and you're not willing to die for that fight, get out of it. I'm in a fight for my family, and I will fight to my death for my family. Okay? I can't make my family accept what I'm telling them, but they will never be able to come back at me and say, Daddy, or my wife, Ray, why didn't you tell me? My cousins, my family on the Allen side and the Witcher side, not one of them can come to me and say, why didn't you tell me? And guess what? I've told them all. And I can't really think of maybe 2 or 3 out of my entire family of the Witchers and the Allens that accept me now. Because I told them Jesus Christ is made up. Okay? You could not have a Jesus Christ before you could spell Jesus Christ. You couldn't spell Jesus Christ before 1524. So unless God's son, and Jesus didn't even go in the Bible until like 1800s, 1700s. So unless God has a son that he sent down to earth 800 years ago, it's a lie. All right? So please join us. I'm going to end this. You know, I keep on saying these are going to be short videos, but I don't want to leave anything out, and I don't want to have to redo it. Please join us on our weekly Pan-African meeting. Come with an open mind and come with your ideas and help us get this. See, the easiest way for to get this spread around is to start this, so that the people that are in power in Africa, because listen, the reason I say that we have to free Africa, because once Africa puts a clamp down on their resources, you're not going to have to fight in Haiti anymore. You're not going to have to fight in Jamaica anymore. The blacks in America, we're not going to have to fight anymore, because we have shut down the resources they love and cherish. Tell them you can't get it anymore. Either you can treat us right, keep what you have, or you can bring back what you stole and we'll sell it to you wholesale. It's your choice, but we don't need you. I'm going to say Ashe. Please join us on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and everybody have a great day.